A world that was once green and gold turns white. There is not a sound as one by one tiny snowflakes blanket roofs and lawns. These tiny snowflakes are small and unique, beautiful yet fragile. They are a miracle of design, yet they are at the mercy of the wind. The descriptions that I have just given you can also be said of children, especially snowflake children. Snowflake children are those who have been born from embryos that were once frozen. Couples have adopted these embryos and given them a chance at life that others would have denied. This is crystal clear proof that life exists within these tiny embryos. An estimated 6.5 to 10 million American couples have problems conceiving children. Some of these couples turn to fertility clinics for help. A child can be conceived in vitro, Latin for in glass. Multiple conceptions often occur, and several embryos are implanted in the mother's womb. The remaining embryos can be frozen, reserved for the couple, in case no implanted embryo reaches birth. When a birth is successful, the couple may have no more need for their frozen embryos. Statistics have not been kept on how many parents brought their own snowflakes to birth. Bringing frozen embryos out of their hibernation is a very delicate procedure, not always successful. Since 1997, some couples have let their frozen embryos be adopted by others. The first adopted snowflake child was born in December of 1998. Since then, nearly 200 snowflake children have been born in the United States. The lives of other snowflakes yet to be born are at stake in the fight over embryonic stem cell research. I want to tell you the story of the Sturges, the first couple to adopt a snowflake, their daughter Hannah. In 1997, John and Marlene were told they could not conceive because of premature ovarian failure. Marlene asked their doctor if they could adopt embryos. Hannah's genetic parents chose John and Marlene to adopt their frozen embryos. In March of 1998, Hannah and her 19 siblings were shipped to Pasadena, California, to be given a chance at life. Only 3 of the 12 embryos survived the first thaw, but none of them survived implantation into Marlene's womb. On April 10, 1998, physicians thawed the remaining embryos. 3 more survived, and among these was Hannah. Hannah even developed overnight outside of Marlene's womb. On April 20, 1998, a blood test revealed that Marlene had at least 1 child. An ultrasound on May 4th confirmed the blood test. Hannah was born on December 31, 1998. She is no different from any other child, all of whom were once embryos too. At first, the Sturges planned to keep Hannah's origin private. But after hearing arguments for those who favor embryonic stem cell research, they knew they could not remain silent. Embryos wanted for research contained life, just as their daughter did. The Sturges realized they had to fight to save the lives of Hannah's fellow orphans. A war is being waged for the lives of these unborn innocents. Hannah is proof that these embryos are human beings. Those who favor embryonic stem cell research are ready to kill these children, who, given the chance at life, can contribute as much to humanity as might the rest of us. There are more infertile couples in the United States than there are embryos likely to survive thawing. What gives us the right to deny these couples the chance to adopt an embryo? Worse yet, would we condone the killing of human life? The microscopic embryos only contain 4 cells, yet they contain the entire DNA blueprint for their full life. These embryos are fully human and destined to grow just as we have. In July of 2005, President Bush vetoed the Stem Cell Research Enhancement Act of 2005. This bill would have required the Secretary of Health and Human Services to conduct and support research on new lines of stem cells harvested from new human embryos, each capable of a full human life like Hannah. Embryonic stem cell research in mice has been going on for over 25 years, yet has produced no sustained health benefits for mice, let alone humans. Scientists involved in this research cannot even convince private investors their donations were worth the risk. The truly successful research comes from the non-controversial adult stem cells. In 2004, an article by Bradley Richard Hughes provided the amazing results of adult stem cells. He presented over 3 pages of cures and treatments for this type of research. Successful treatments include lupus, MS, rheumatoid arthritis, various cancers, and even Parkinson's disease. The Family Research Council has also released a 13-page document in January 2007 on the real-world successes of adult stem cell treatments. Steve Johnson, who was paralyzed from the chest down, said in May of 2005 while in Washington, D.C., "I ache for a cure, but how many ought to be killed so that I could walk again? Why would we think we should kill someone else's daughter?" This is what embryonic stem cell research is: the killing of innocent lives, lives that, simply given a chance, can be the future leaders of our society. Ronald Reagan once said, "I've noticed that everyone who is for abortion has already been born. I have noticed that everyone who favors embryonic stem cell research has already outgrown his or her own embryonic stage." Hannah and many others prove that there is life within these frozen embryos. The existence of anyone also proves the embryo is a real human being. Life exists in the smallest of forms. Given a proper chance, it can have a fulfilling life in this world. The question is, will we give these embryos a chance? Will we fight those who want their destruction? It is said of snow, one by one, snowflakes do little, but put them together and they stop traffic. I say this: one by one, snowflake kids can do little, but put them together and they could stop embryonic stem cell research. In fact, this has already begun. Hannah has taken the lead in the fight, and other snowflakes are joining her. In July 2006, 7-year-old Hannah told a group of congressional representatives, "Don't kill the embryos. We are kids, and we want to grow up too."